Good evening, everyone. Notice of this meeting stated the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided in the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond.
Here.
Javik.
Present.
Caldwell.
Excused.
Mohammed.
Here.
Rivas.
Present.
Roman.
Present.
Strano.
Here.
Blaine.
Here.
Medina.
Excused.
Hudak.
Here.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Here. Okay, can we have approval of the public session minutes of October 17, 2023, please?
Second.
Mrs. Ormond.
Yes.
Javik.
Yes.
Mohammed.
Yes.
Rivas.
Yes.
Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Blaine. Hudak.
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to ordinances on hearing, starting with ordinance 6713 was tabled at the April 2023 meeting, and it remains on the table. We're going to begin this evening with ordinance 6769, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 5, Animal Control, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 5, Animal Control, Sections 5-1.2, Animal License and Tag, placement of tags on dogs, and Section 5-1.3, number of dogs limits, shall be in the same as hereby amended. Delete Section 5-1.2 and 5.13 in their entirety. Add new Section 5.12 and 5.13.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please? Yes. 6769.
Council President, I make a motion to close the hearing on 6769. Ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond.
Yes.
Javik.
Yes.
Mohammed.
Yes.
Rivas.
Yes.
Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Blaine.
Yes.
Hudak.
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Ordinance 6770, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 4, General Licensing, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 4, General Licensing, Section 4-35.18, Regulations governing inspections, capacity, equipment, and maintenance of vehicles shall be and the same as hereby amended as follows. Delete Section 4-35.18 in its entirety. Add new Section 4-35.18.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move to close the hearing on ordinance 67-70, and move to adopt and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6771, please.
An ordinance to amending Chapter 11 entitled Rent Control. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 11 entitled Rent Control shall be, and the same is amended, to add and/or replace the following sections provisions. Section 2, amend to 11-1, definitions, price index. Section 4, to add new section 11-4, entitled Rent Leveling Board Attorney and Appointment of Staff.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move to close the hearing on ordinance 67-71, and motion for it to be adopted and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6772, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Add new Section 7-19, Parking, stopping, or standing prohibited at all times, safety stick zone.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6772, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
No.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6773, please.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Establishing a Schedule of Titles, Salary Ranges, and Regulations for Maintaining the Classification and Salary Standardization Plan of all employees of the City of Linden, passed August 15, 1995, and approved August 16, 1995. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, add Schedule 4-RR-5.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move that the hearing for ordinance 6773 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. We'll now move on to consent agenda items. All items listed with asterisks are considered routine by the City Council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member so requests. Okay, can we have a motion on consent agenda items number 1 through 6, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to approve consent agenda items 1 through 6, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now have reports from members of the governing body, beginning with Councilwoman Ormond, First Ward, please.
Yes, thank you, Council President. The first report I would like to read is our finance report from the Budget Review and Finance Committee. Approval is requested for the following finance actions: the payment of bills totaling $2,874,168.06. Bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, and finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investments made by the city treasurer for the month of October at the rate of 3.1%. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Roman? Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
yes,
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
The Division of Transportation and Properties, I hereby submit the monthly financial report from the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of October 2023. This report includes the collection of on- and off-street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. The Trenton side collections, $1,829. New York side collections, $1,148. Railroad credit card transactions, $3,386.98. Railroad permits, $228. New railroad daily parking, $30,196.43. Online railroad permits, $3,774. Parking meter collections, $9,188.70. Merchant parking permits, 0, for a grand total of $49,751.11. I also would like to just make a note or let the residents know that, as in the past, the City of Linden covers the parking meters during the holiday season in observance of the holiday, just to wish you all, like I said, a happy holiday, and to encourage shopping for at our local merchants. So just be on the lookout for that. That will be coming up soon. Also, I'd like to say good evening to the First Ward residents. I also chair the Accident Review Committee, and I would like to let everybody know in the city that this committee is addressing many of the concerns that we're having regarding speeding on our streets. The speeding has really gotten so far out of control, and it's just something that's very, very, very difficult to manage at this point. The safety of our residents, especially our children, is of the highest priority. So we are exploring different studies on different corners that seem to have lots of accidents. One of the things people seem to constantly inquire about are four-way stop signs and rumble strips and speed humps to slow down traffic. While the city listens, we have to make sure that we are following guidelines that the state puts forward, or the suggestions that they put forward, before we put these out. We do comprehensive studies to make sure that the criteria is being met before we take action. And just to let the residents know that all intersections we take seriously when there are accidents. And we look at the collective amount of accidents over a 12 rolling month period to determine whether or not that's going to adequately minimize some of the accidents. Some of the things that we do before we put a four-way stop sign there is we try rumble strips and we try other things to see if we can slow down the traffic. But it is something that we are considering, we're looking into very seriously. We take the safety of each and every one of our corners very seriously. I also would just like to take this time to let the residents of the First Ward know that you'll be receiving a notification in your mailbox for the holiday craft make and take for the children. We're going to have 2. Both of them will be focused around making a craft that your child can make and right in the location where we are going to be, and take it home with them. It'll be for Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and for Christmas. And then last but not least, I would just like to take this time to wish everyone in the ward and in the city of Linden a very healthy, happy, and blessed Thanksgiving, and we look forward to seeing you guys next month. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Javik.
Thank you, Council President. As chairman of the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of October, a total of $6,269.17. Regarding our Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $94,874.39 for October 2023 have been added to the total deposits for 2023, totaling $954,624.59. Referencing updates from our Board of Health, they are continuing to proactively identify residents with unlicensed dogs. Another dog-related issue they have been receiving are reports about dogs running at large, either by escaping their enclosures while on their own properties or by owners walking unleashed dogs. Dogs running at large are at risk of being hit by cars, becoming lost and or stolen, being exposed to extreme heat, cold, and otherwise harmed. In addition, these dogs may also pose a risk to other animals and to Linden residents. Both the Board of Health inspectors and police department officers can and do write summons to municipal court for dogs running at large, which is a violation of the City of Linden Code. Please keep everyone safe, including your dogs, by ensuring that their enclosures can contain them and by always having them on a leash when walking them. With the weather turning colder, the Board of Health would like to remind the public of ways to avoid contracting communicable respiratory diseases, such as the common cold, flu, COVID-19, and RSV. All of these illnesses have somewhat similar symptoms, and it is possible to have one, two, or several of them at the same time. All of them can also lead to secondary illnesses such as bronchitis or pneumonia. So remember to cough or sneeze into elbows, not into hands or tissues. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth, entry points into your body for the germs that could cause these illnesses. Wash hands frequently and with warm water and soap, and follow with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer, especially after using restrooms, and before any activity that brings your hands to your face, such as eating or drinking. Hand sanitizer alone is not as effective as hand washing. Get vaccinated. Up-to-date vaccines are available at all our pharmacies. And on Monday, November 27th, at the Linden Public Library at 31 East Henry Street, between the hours of 6:30 p.m. and 8:15 p.m., in partnership with SuperHealth Pharmacy, the health department will be administering COVID-19 vaccinations and flu vaccinations. No appointment is necessary, and walk-ins are welcome. Good evening, everyone. I've been getting calls in my ward about common sense issues, primarily cleaning up your dog's pet waste from your neighbor's properties. Look, people are are looking at this on their cameras, and if they're able to trace someone back to their residence, you're going to get like a $250 summons here. That just doesn't make any sense. So please do the right thing for your whole neighborhood. I want to thank everyone who called me regarding the excessive overnight truck parking taking place on West Blanky Street. The police department have been out issuing summons in this area and the surrounding areas. Recently, we have also been going over our critical curb and sidewalk list before the freeze comes and gets here. So if you need to verify your address or whatever that's on this list here, have someone look at your property, please reach out to me. As a safety note, we need better and more sidewalks in our cities. I can be reached at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.gov, on Facebook, Second Ward Councilman Barry E. Javick. Additional information in our city can always be found on our City of Linden website. Also, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Council President, end of report.
Thank you, Councilman Javik. Councilwoman Caldwell is excused this evening, but she forwarded a report for me to share with you. Dear Third Ward neighbors, I trust this report finds you in good health and high spirits. As a chair of Code and Construction, I am pleased to share with you the latest figures that concern our community and its well-being. These statistics, which will be presented at the upcoming council meeting, reflect the commendable efforts and contributions of our community members. In the month of October 2023, the Construction Code Department has actively issued 319 permits and processed 24 certificates, resulting in the generation of $222,815 in fees. These numbers highlight the ongoing development and improvement initiatives within our neighborhood. On the more urgent note, I want to draw attention to recent incidents on Blanky and Maple Avenue where accidents have occurred twice in the last week. In response to these concerns, I have initiated a request for a traffic study in the area. Your safety and the quality of life of the Third Ward are of utmost importance to me, and I urge everyone to exercise caution and adhere to traffic regulations to prevent further incidents. As we approach the Thanksgiving season, I would like to take a moment to express my gratitude to the dedicated individuals who contribute to the well-being of our community. A heartfelt thank you goes out to the fire department, public works, city workers, and the police department for their unwavering commitment to our safety and welfare. In addition, I extend my warmest congratulations to Shane Gillette on a well-deserved promotion. Your hard work and dedication have not gone unnoticed, and this recognition is long overdue. Wishing you all a joyous and safe Thanksgiving celebration. Let us continue to work together for the betterment of our Third Ward community. Best regards, Councilwoman Caldwell. Okay. Councilman Mohammed, Fourth Ward.
Good evening, Council
evening.
President and neighbors. I'd like to thank each of you that took the time to vote in the November 7th election. The people have spoken, and loudly. It's my distinct pleasure to continue to serve you. Also, I'd like to acknowledge my opponent will have run a respectable campaign. Salute to you, Mr. Dennis Mays. This is what the democratic process is all about. Thanks for the effort of our Division of Public Works for their leaf collection initiative in our ward and around the city. We'll be counting on them in our transportation and property divisions all winter long for snow and ice removal. Be well, and thanks again from the bottom of my heart for the opportunity to represent you, all of this fine governing body, Mayor Armstead, and we consistently strive to make Linden a wonderful place to live and conduct business. Happy Thanksgiving to you. God bless you all. God bless America. God bless Linden.
Thank you,
Thank you, Council
Councilman.
President.
Okay, Councilman Rivas, Fifth Ward.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, citizens of Linden. For all of you present here, for all of you at home, I'd like to say hello as well to all the city officials present on the meeting today. As the city liaison with the Linden Board of Education, I would like to report and share with you information gathered from the last meeting to today in order to pass and keep our citizens informed. Among the activities that were supported by our school district at the Board of Education, I'd like to mention that I had the opportunity to attend the ESL Bilingual Parent Night hosted at school number 9. This event was attended for almost 250 guests that night. It was a great event where parents and children and staff had the opportunity to interact with each other, learn about each other, learn about the work that many organizations present at the event also share with them. All of them sharing the same purpose of looking out for ways to enhance the education of our children in the school district. Earlier this month, the school district sent communication to parents in order to update our children's health insurance information. If by chance anyone in the city has a student with no insurance coverage, details in these communications were given on how the children under the age of 19 could apply regardless of their immigration status for New Jersey Family Care Insurance under the New Jersey Publicly Funded Health Insurance Program. The Board of Education, as well as many of our city offices in Linden, were recognized during the month of October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we continue to stand by our citizens, faculty, and staff who face the fight against cancer, as well as for those who have sadly lost loved ones to this disease. Another excellent program that our Board of Education have established together with our school district is Parent University. Parents in our district are currently receiving information about many activities, and among them, on November 1st, a presentation was offered to parents on how to deal with mental health matters, including conflict resolution. If you need more information, I urge you to pay attention to the communications that are sent to the email address that you have provided to the school district, or contact Mr. Devini at the school district. He's the one leading these very great programs. Parents of the Linden's High School were contacted via emails by the district asking them to fill out a survey on Linden High School Anonymous Restores Justice in Education. Parent caregivers, we need your feedback, as this information is essential to understanding the needs of our school's community. Please help us pass the word. The school district and the cities also had an opportunity to honor our veterans in all our schools. And they're recognizing that our district has a lot of veterans working for our school district and for the city. To all our town heroes, I'd like to thank them for their service, and we'll feel proud to work with them alongside all of us. Our school district also maintains close collaboration with the community and city efforts and continue to send communications to all parents using the school district email platforms about events that will benefit our children and families in our neighborhoods. I would like to thank them for their assistance in keeping our citizens informed on many of the events taking place in our schools, like PTA meetings, activities, and as well as per city events updates like the holiday tree lighting at City Hall on December 1st and brunch with Santa on December 16th. I would like to finish my Board of Education report by thanking all our staff, teachers, and administrators for their passion, for their support, and for the hours that they spent performing their work to assist in the growth of education of our children. To our neighbors and city residents, we need to support our school district staff and everyone that works in them in the efforts to provide to our children the best education. We need to assist them as much as we can in conversing and educating with children at home with the principles and morals we would like them to endure in their lives as a great students and as great members of our great society. To all of the school district staff, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for being our educational heroes in town. That will conclude my Board of Education report, and I would like to now address my Fifth Ward neighbors. I would like to advise my neighbors that although the work of the utility companies appears to be completed in many of our roads in our neighborhoods, Elizabethtown Gas will still have some work left that will take place during these winter months. There is a plan, or there is plans for work to start on November 27th through December 21st. And we have made much reference to the contractor to pay close attention to the importance of the intersection of Grand Street and Milton Avenue, because this is the entrance to the parking lot of school number 4. We are sharing a school calendar to our contractors, and we want to ask for the neighbors to please be patient. I have been incorporating to our city divisional engineer to have the work performed now, and for next year, having completed the whole work that these utility companies need to do at our ward, and having our roads paved and back to normal. Additionally, I had the opportunity to discuss with Councilman Orman, who is the chairman of our traffic committee, the challenges shared by our neighbors in Hagel Avenue and Nora Drive with vehicles speeding out these roads. And we're currently looking at options on how could we call the attention of drivers transiting these roads, reminding them to slow down, including the possibility to install rumble strips in these roads to alert unattentive drivers of potential dangers when they are speeding. Within my plans on my agenda, I have started to visiting my neighbors to learn directly for each one of my neighbors on the ward what are their needs, and I want to assure them that I will work closely with everyone in the city department leads to bring solutions to any of the challenges that they may be encountering. Our ward and the city of Linden needs to keep moving forward, and there is still a lot to do for the community. But we will never be successful if we do not get the engagements of our citizens. The reasons why, I will continue to ask for your idea, comments, opinions on what we could accomplish together by reaching out to me at crivas@linden-nj.gov or calling me at 908-718-7609. Lastly, and as we approach the celebration of Thanksgiving, I'd like to say thank you to our city police office departments, the fire department, for the constant support and assistance to our communities, but also to each one of our city employees who work with no doubt, make the difference in everything this municipality accomplishes, keeping the city moving forward. To all our city's officials and to all the citizens of Linden who day in and day out makes the city a great place to live, I'd like to say happy Thanksgiving, God bless you, and please be safe. during these holiday celebrations. Madam President, that will finish my report.
Thank you, Councilman Rivas. Councilman Roman.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, Linden, 6th Ward. I just want to start with thanking everyone who supported me in my reelection effort over the last few months. I'm proud of the work that I've been able to accomplish for my neighbors, and they showed their appreciation to me 2 weeks ago with exactly 69% of the vote. I'll speak more to this on January 2nd at 7 p.m., which is the day that I'll be sworn in here in these chambers. For now, the work continues. Smith Street, the water issue actually has kind of gone away naturally because it hasn't rained until today in the last month and a half. However, the regrading of that street will happen this week or next week after Thanksgiving. I'm excited about that because hopefully that gets the water flowing there and that issue is resolved permanently. There's lengthy sidewalks having to be done, but most of them will be done, as Barry Jaffe said, most of them will be done in the spring. But we will have some done in the 6th Ward. If we discussed needing sidewalks over the last couple months, please call or text me on it again. I honestly feel that I didn't remember them all, and I was scouring the ward for more sidewalks to get done. So please call or text me on that 908-494-5784. A few of the council members, including Councilwoman Caldwell, had mentioned car accidents and speeding in their neighborhoods, and I'm going to be the broken record. There was another car accident today on 13th and Clinton, 6:30 this morning. I see it on a security camera, clear as day. I wish you could see it, but it's just someone running a stop sign. Again, I've seen this dozens of times since I came on board on Clinton Street. It's crazy because 5 years ago today, in my Facebook memories, I posted about a horrific accident on 13th and Clinton, the same intersection. And it was a minivan with 2 kids in the back. Thankfully, they were strapped in and they weren't harmed, but they flipped over. And that was 5 years ago today, and I was sitting at this dais complaining, and you quoting me saying, I can't believe I have to wait till some kid dies in order to make this a safer situation. It's very, very frustrating. As a councilwoman stated prior, per state guidelines, in order to receive a 4-way stop sign, an intersection has to have 5 accidents in a rolling 12-month period. And there have been several instances on Clinton Street specifically at 13th and at Munsell where we've gotten to 4 accidents in a rolling 12 months. And I kid you not, I wanted to go down there with my own car and fender bender it to get to 5. I mean, it was on the table. But we never reach 5 in a rolling 12 months. And I will tell you that I'm going to be so on top of the traffic department, getting these police reports and doing these traffic studies, because the second it hits 5 accidents in a rolling 12-month period, we are going to get those in. And I do honestly believe in my heart that they will slow people down and they will stop these horrific accidents from occurring. And at least these accidents might occur at 5 miles an hour and 10 miles an hour and not 30 and 40 miles an hour, and sometimes even worse on Clinton Street because it is a speedway. So that is something that we are going to be working on in my next term. And this is also something that's been going on with the state DOT over the last few years. We've had a huge uptick in truck traffic, really ×3 in truck traffic. And often enough, these trucks are making a left onto Woodlawn off of 1 and 9. The police have offered more enforcement, and they do that, and I appreciate them for doing that. However, it's not a permanent fix. These trucks are not allowed to make a left on Woodlawn, and each day, several of them do. Every day, it's Woodlawn and Clinton, and I'm in the midst of getting a good contact at DOT to try to help me fix some signage issues on 1 and 9 to give them more clear understanding that they're not allowed to make that left. On that, with expanded enforcement and just basically making Woodlawn the street of the week every month, or street of the month every month through the traffic department. Unfortunately, what the city has already approved millions of more square footage in warehousing, Linden Avenue, Willows Glade Avenue, Avenue C in Councilman Ralph Strano's district. it's only going to get worse, and it's going to get worse for my 6 ward neighbors that I have the honor of serving. And it's unfortunate because it is some of the worst quality of life issues, and we really don't see any benefit from the warehousing on our end. And it's something that I will be diligent in and continue to work on over the rest of my term. I'll cut that short. Council President, thank you, and I appreciate everyone for the support over the last couple of months.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman Roman.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Strano?
Thank you, Council President. I have the personnel report, starting with number 1 in the Treasury Department, Division of Tax Collector. A is the approval of the appointment of Natalie Gomez, Clerk 1, full-time at the annual salary of $34,548, subject to successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements, and that'll be effective December 4th of 2023. And number 2 is the Community Services, Public Works. A is approval of an amended appointment date for Chester LaPierre, truck driver, to October 11th of 2023. B is the promotion of Shane Gillette to Assistant Public Works Supervisor, effective November 22nd, 2023, at the annual salary of $69,500. C is approval to post for 3 laborers at the annual rate of $18 per hour. D is approval to post for a senior diesel mechanic full-time statewide, $22 to $44.23 per hour. E is approving the seasonal list that's on file. F is to approve the resignation in good standing of Naeem Myers, mechanics helper, effective August 24th of 2023. G is the approval to post for the position of a mechanics helper full-time, and the salary range is $18 to $41.72 per hour. 3, in the Fire Department, approving the salary adjustment for Fire Captain Theodore Tabersi to $139,871, consistent with his present salary level on the guide. 4, in the Police Department, is approving the resignation in good standing of Jacqueline Williams, Clerk 2, effective December 1st of 2023. B is approval to post for that position of Clerk 1 full-time. 5, in the Municipal Court, approving the appointment of Brittany Wallace, Clerk 1 full-time, at the annual salary of $34,548, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements, effective December 1st of 2023. 6, in the Personnel Department, is approving the FMLA NJFLA leaves that are on file in the Division of Personnel. That concludes my report. We need a motion second for approval and roll call.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hudak?
yes,
Mrs. Yemakaya?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to city business in the 7th Ward and elsewhere. The Recycle Center at Donaldson Place has leaf bags. It's that time of year again. If people want to collect and bag their leaves, those bags are available, or you can contact your council person who will gladly get them to you as well. Want to reach out to my fellow council people and congratulate Alfred Mohammed, John Roman, Mark Armstead, and Christine Hudak on being elected and re-elected to full terms on the city council. I look forward to working with you in the future. But I especially want to congratulate someone that's near and dear to me, who's our city clerk, Joseph Bodick, on his being duly elected to our county commission board. And that needs to be noted and spread on our minutes. Update on our skate park. It's finally under construction. At this point in time, the drainage has been installed, the site graded and surfaced with millings as the base. The pump track foundation's in place. The loops and the ramps at the ends have asphalt on them. It's looking really cool. I'm really excited. I guess the concrete sections of that park are coming next. Hopefully, we'll continue to have some conducive construction weather. Winter's going to be here before you know it. And I hope our grand opening won't be with ice skates. And that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Councilman Strano. Councilman Blaine.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to say hello to the 8th Ward in the city of Linden, and I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And it's a time to gather with our family and friends and let's pay homage to the elders that are with us and those who've gone on. As my time winds down here on council, I just want to say thank you to the 8th Ward, and especially to the Parks and Recreation Director, Keith Pressey, because we've been working on upgrading St. Mark's Park for about 2 years now, and he promised me when he got here that he would see it through. And, well, I passed by there the other day. The paving has started. The courts are coming together. It's going to be a fantastic place when it's all said and done. I won't be seated when it's done, but just remember, I put the work in. I did the legwork. We met over the plans, so we're pretty proud of that, and also Mikowski Park as well. I just want everyone to be mindful that during these holidays, be safe. You shouldn't get your car stolen with key fobs in them anymore. At this point, we sound like a broken record. And the world is changing. As you have to be mindful of your surroundings at all times, whether you're going to the supermarket, you're getting out of your car, going in your house. Just look around, make sure you're aware of your surroundings, because the world is a different place, and I want everyone to be safe and enjoy their family and see the new year. So that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman Blaine. Councilwoman Hudak.
Thank you. Thanksgiving is a time for families across the city and our country to gather around our tables for a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. But I'd like us always to remember the men and women who are stationed at military bases far, far away from 07036. Thanksgiving is about practicing gratitude, so we encourage our entire Linden community to continue to be of service to others. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, I have a short report tonight. I'd like to start off by sending my condolences to the Check family on the recent death of Mrs. Shirley Check. Shirley Check was a resident of the 8th Ward for many years, and she worked at School 4, as many people know her. She worked there for many years as a classroom aide. So again, our deepest condolences to the Check family. Our holiday tree lighting, the Linden Cultural and Heritage Committee will be hosting the annual tree lighting and holiday celebration in front of City Hall on Friday, December 1st. There will be a horse and carriage rides around City Hall beginning at 5 p.m. The performances and tree lighting will begin at 6 p.m. The Linden High School ROTC, Dance Company, Madrigals, and Brass Ensemble will be performing. After the tree lighting, Santa will arrive and will be hot chocolate and pretzels served at the promenade. Children will receive a ticket for a chance to win a bicycle. Children can visit and take free pictures with Santa, where they will also receive a goodie bag. Just an FYI, the committee has asked Joseph Bodek to light the tree this year. He has been so instrumental in keeping our city running smoothly, and everyone, including this council and the mayor, are so proud of him becoming our county commissioner this year. So please, again, that's Friday, December 1st will be our tree lighting. I have a report from the Linden Public Library. During the months of November and December, the Linden Library will offer a 4D nature photography exhibit by the Duffy family, who are nature enthusiasts. It's great if you like nature pictures, so we encourage everyone to come look at these wildlife photos. If you're looking to clean out your closet of old sneakers, Got Sneakers is partnering with the Friends of Linden Library to turn old sneakers into cash and keep them out of our landfills. You could drop off your old sneakers at the Linden Public Library on November 27th for an all-day event. As Councilman Javik had mentioned earlier, Mayor Armstead, the City of Linden, and the Linden Board of Health, and the Linden Public Library are partnering with Super Fresh Pharmacy in providing the COVID-19 and flu vaccination clinic on Monday, November 27th from 6:30 to 8:15 p.m. No appointment is necessary. If you have any questions, please give our health department a call. The library is also holding a holiday book bingo on December 1st. You can play bingo, win prizes, and find your next holiday-themed read. Friends of the Linden Public Library are also inviting you to attend the Rap and Yap, which is for adults only. You can bring your holiday presents, and they will provide the material for wrapping. Please, though, bring your own boxes. You can enjoy the company and wrap away. Hot cocoa and cookies will be available. For a donation, volunteers will be available to wrap your gifts for you. The dates are Saturday, December 2nd, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday, December 4th, from 4:30 p.m. until 8:30 p.m., and Saturday, December 16th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Reservations are recommended so they have enough materials, and donations are appreciated. All this information is available on the Linden Library, which is lindenlibrarynj.gov. I'd like to just take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with family and friends, and please remember those that don't have family, invite them to your table. Thank you. Mayor Armstead, you're up.
Yes, thank you, Council President. First, I'd like to congratulate 10th Ward Councilwoman Christine Hudak on her election, and 8th Ward Councilperson Mark Armstead on his election, 6th Ward Councilman John Roman on his reelection, and 4th Ward Councilperson Councilman Alfred Muhammad. I'd like to also congratulate Joseph Bodek on being elected as the County Commissioner. I'd also like to congratulate Malaysia Thomas, Sam De La Cruz, and Kim Ulis, who will be our newest Board of Education Commissioner. Let's congratulate all of them. Being elected officials is not an easy job. A lot of scrutiny, a lot of criticism, and just being part of the process, you to be respected. I'd like to further state that in the 29 years that I've been in politics, I want to say that this last election was probably, in the last election in the 4th Ward, was probably the most peaceful election I've seen there in quite some time. There's probably a number of reasons that I'm not going to get into right now, but I want to go on record as saying this, is Dennis Mays was a perfect gentleman during an election, and I want everybody to know that the Mays family and the Armstead families are friends, and we've gone back for many, many years. In fact, when I first became elected as mayor to this town, it was Mrs. Mays invited me to her house, me and my wife, for dinner, because she said she wanted to be the first one to cook dinner for her mayor in the city of Linden, and that she did. And again, our families go back for years. Even Mr. Mays, my father, these people knew each other for a long time. And again, it was just a joy to be at an election where people weren't actually throwing stones at each other. We were actually getting along, buying each other coffee, offering each other water, seeing if we were hungry, and just having good old conversation about what a great city that we have, and I think all elections should be that way. Next thing I'd like to report on is leaves. We're in the middle of leaf season, and leaves are coming down, and unfortunately, you can't get all the leaves at one time. So what I would like for council people as well as residents in the town, if you see a large pile of leaves, something that's worthy of being collected, please call my office and we'll put you on a list, because what we're doing now is having the leaf trucks go around the town and try to get as many leaves as we possibly can now, because it's very disheartening when you rake your leaves and you put them curbside and you have to, a windstorm comes along and they blow all over your neighbor's lawns, and they have to do double work. So if you see large piles of leaves on your street, call my office and let us know so that we can convey the message down to DPW. Or call your council person, and the council person will call my office and we can relay that message down to DPW so that we can be a little more efficient in getting these leaves up. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to congratulate Jacqueline Williams. She is leaving us here in Linden. She's been a good worker. She's leaving on good terms, and she's going to be employed. She's going to work, I guess, in social services for DIFAS. So we're very happy for her. She's an excellent employee, and I think she's going to do very well wherever she winds up in DIFAS. So I wish her all the best. She's a fabulous young lady. I've known her since she was a little girl, and I think she's going to do an excellent job wherever she goes. And now, I'll say last but certainly not least, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. And again, as the 10th Ward Council person mentioned, we need not forget what the spirit of Thanksgiving is all about. It's not just about eating turkey and a lot of good food, and it's really about being thankful for all the blessings that God has given us in this country here called America. So enjoy, and we'll see you next month.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. Okay, we'll now move on to resolutions. This evening, we have resolutions 2023-382 through 2023-419.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay. Council President, I make a motion that we close the discussion on resolution
We don't allow discussion
2023,
anymore.
382 through 23 through 418, and ask for a second.
419.
And 418, and ask for a second.
I'll second that motion.
Council President, I'd just like to point of order and include 419 as well.
We just did.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, we got a second?
I second the motion.
Okay.
Mrs. Ormond?
I'd like to abstain on 2023-389, and yes on the rest.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes to all except 389. I'm going to vote no.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemekaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to ordinances on first reading. Okay, we're going to begin with ordinance 6774, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 2, General Administration of Ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, to Chapter 2, Administration, Section 2-69.8, Fees for marriage and civil union ceremonies performed by the mayor, be amended as follows: delete Section 2-69.8 in its entirety, add new Section 2-69.8.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6774, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 6774 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemekaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6775, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 29, Land Development, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 29, Land Development, Section 29-5.8, Schedule of Fees shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows. Amend Section 29-5.8, Schedule of Fees, 19-5.8, Schedule of Fees.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6775, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 6775 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Mrs. Yemekaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6776, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows. Add new Section 7-49, 7-49, Linden Logistics Center.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6776, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 6776 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6777, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 27, Special Improvement District of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 27, Section 27-7.2B shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Delete Section 7-7.2B in its entirety and add new sections 27-7.2B.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of 6777, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 67-77 and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6778, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 3 Police Regulations of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and is amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 3 Police Regulations, Section 3.2, noise shall be amended as follows. Delete 3-2 noise in its entirety, add new Section 3-2 as follows.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6778, please?
Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 67-78 and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6779, please.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the City of Linden, passed August 15th, 1995, and approved August 16th, 1995. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, add Schedule 4RR-6.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6779, please?
So moved and I request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6780, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Section 7-10, parking prohibited at all times, certain streets, shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-10, parking prohibited at all times on certain streets. Add Sherman Street, East Side. Add Sherman Street, East Side.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6780, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move ordinance 67-80 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6781, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Section 7-12, parking time limited at all times on certain streets shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-12, parking times limited. Add Hussa Street, south side, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Roselle Street, west side, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6781, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move ordinance 6781 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6782, please.
An ordinance authorizing the sale of Block 254, Lot 1 through 8, commonly known as 7 Northwood Avenue to 27 Northwood Avenue, and 11-15 West Elizabeth Avenue to 27 West Elizabeth Avenue, to the apartments at Linden Station Urban Renewal LLC, pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 48:12A-1 at sequence.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6782, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move ordinance 6782 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6783, please.
Bond ordinance amending bond ordinance 66-31, finally adopted by the City Council of the City of Linden, New Jersey, on May 17th, 2022.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6783, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move ordinance 6783 and ask for a second, please.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Yes. Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6784, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 10-30.5 entitled Registration Fees, be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 10-30.5 entitled Registration Fees shall be deleted in entirety and replaced as follows. A, the initial registration fee shall be $500 and must accompany the registration form. The initial registration shall be valid for the remainder of the calendar year in which the property is registered. Renewals for subsequent calendar years shall run from January 1 to December 31st, and payment of the renewal registration fee shall be by January 15th of the relevant years. The fee for each renewal shall be $2,000. Registration and renewal fees shall not be prorated or refunded.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6780?
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Madam President, I missed the section.
Yes.
B, no governmental agency shall be required to pay the annual or renewal registration fee.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6784, please?
Council President, I'd like to move ordinance 6784 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6785.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 2, Administration of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance in Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and is amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, delete Section 2-12.10, off-duty employment of police officers for police-related activities in its entirety. Add new Section 2-12.10, off-duty employment of police officers for police-related activities.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6785, please?
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. We'll now move on to comments from members of the public in attendance on city business only. Again, no personal, political, or derogatory comments, not to exceed 3 minutes. Okay, we'll begin with Tom Cooney. Please state your name and address for the record, sir.
Thomas Cooney, 2000 Summit Terrace,
Okay, go ahead.
okay? I got to do this quick because I ain't gonna have a lot of time. But they're building this monstrosity next to my house. I believe it's too close to the property line, from his foundation to the property line. That's here or there. There's a swimming pool in the cellar of this house. Okay? Is anybody going to tell the fire department when they're done with this monstrosity that if the guys go in the cellar for a cellar fire, they could drown with all their gear on, not knowing there's a swimming pool in the cellar? Nuts. Then you got all this building that's going up along the railroad tracks. The fire department, do they have enough manpower to handle a fire in there? Just looking at News 12 today in Hillside, the house burned down, a person died. They have a limited manpower there. They have an engine and a truck, that's it. They rely on everybody else coming. That's 15 to 20 minutes to a half hour away. You need people there now, not a half hour from now, right now. And I know that they're not calling the fire department for an ambulance because a Jewish ambulance showed up 2 doors from my house. And they got their own EMT that ride around in a Ford Bronco. And they keep the ambulances in Union on McGee. So it's nuts. And you never see if you see an Hasidic Jew that's got a problem with, say, him or me, yes, but you never see a problem between 2 Hasidic Jews. So what do? They call rabbis or something? They don't call the cops. And calling the fire department, the guy, I know this guy for over 30 years, so I know he ain't lying. He's a Toms River volunteer fireman. The guy had a fire in his house. He runs across the street to tell his neighbor because he can't use the phone. So the guy calls the fire department. They give him the address. They show up at his house, but the fire's across the street. The guy goes inside. They counted 12 mattresses in 2 rooms. What's going on? What about the sewer system in Linden? The house near me, there's 15 to 17 kids in 3 houses. What about the sewer system? What's going on? And the little bit that I'm going to get back I got a $10 tax break. What's going to happen when all these houses turn into something else? Because there's no way this is a single-family home. Anybody wants to keep these, they can look at it. I'll just put it right there.
Thank you.
Council President?
Sir, regarding the address you gave me in the beginning, that's Mr. Rotaco. Mr. Rotaco, could you please raise your hand? Okay, if you speak to him, we'll have somebody check that address out. With the
I live at 2000 Summit Terrace.
No, sir.
Sir, he's a department head.
Talk to our director, he'll tell you all about it.
Yes. All right, he'll be able to
He'll be
help
very
you.
informative on the
Mark,
situation.
can you go please? Yes, thank you. Okay.
I don't remember. It was Amy's.
Okay, Mr. Kaminsky?
Good afternoon, or good evening. Again, quality of life issues.
Please
but
just
I'm-
state your name and address.
I'm sorry, Edward Kaminsky, Maple Avenue.
Thank you.
So I like to start out with the good, right, especially in this holiday time. So the walls by the train station along Pennsylvania Avenue were painted. Yes, this was a little while ago, but I noticed it. The stick cameras on the corners, that's a good thing. Enforcement, because the traffic quality of life is abysmal. Like, just, I'm not gonna, I don't have enough time to get into the details, but I'm happy to talk to anybody about this. Kind of good, the sidewalks, especially ones that were put in just a couple years ago, they're disgusting, they're gross, they don't get cleaned. But positive is that I did see some power washing, and I say that's kind of good because it looked like a child kind of went around the stuff. Some gum was half taken off, some was whole, but, do things properly, okay? So we may not see it again, but now you're walking down Wood Avenue and you just see looks like someone was doing designs. And in a typical Linden fashion, I was watching and you had like 3 guys watching one guy do this kind of work. So is what it is. And the filth on Wood Avenue and all through Linden is just abysmal. And I go every week to different towns, not only different wards here, but different towns to walk, do, shop. By far, Linden is the worst. Speaking of quality of life, you guys you brought up a point before. Here's a suggestion. Laser beam focus on what the purpose of, you all in government is. In your case, you brought up Board of Education. I'm not going to waste the time here. That's a different issue. But for you all, it's safety, it's cleanliness, and it's to provide a welcoming environment and a fair environment, and we don't have it. We recently had another, couple of days ago, a double murder off of Linden Avenue there. So if someone could speak to the status there, if there was I know if it's an ongoing case, you can't talk to the details, but if there was any arrests made at least. You know, in terms of the Board of Education, you know, obviously, I'm sorry, kind of digressing, but yeah, there was a merry-go-round. How many superintendents have we had over the last 4 years? 4 or 5? And then these parties and festivals after this season. Again, we've had broken windows. I believe that was after that, the dance party or something like that was just broken, shattered, and the garbage and the filth walking around after that. It was abysmal. And they are poorly run and they are poorly attended now. And I don't know who's running the weekly shows. I think that's the SID in combination. But like, it was bad. And then, you know, we're giving away hot dogs. The purpose should be to bring people downtown to help the businesses downtown. And all these vendors, I attend the festivals. I see a lot of the same vendors. And I see during, for example, Polish festival, someone from Northeast PA. We don't have Polish people here in this town. I mean, this is ridiculous. And I think we should strongly consider looking at that park, doing something better with it. Maybe it's premium real estate, maybe putting a parking garage there, because that venue is not needed, it's not used properly, and I think it'd be better in public hands.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, and happy
Kaminsky.
holidays to
Thank you,
everyone.
Mr. Kaminsky.
Okay, John Kazor. Please state your name and address for the record.
John Kaiser, 23 West Munsell Avenue. I'd like to dedicate tonight's meeting and comments to my mother. Today's 16 years. She passed away. Beautiful woman, dealt a horrible hand. Cancer sucks. If you want to know where I got my voice from, look no further. This is pretty terrible right here. Mr. Mayor, you've done it. You have crushed the will of the people. It took you a while, but I wish we'd have more people here. What a fun 5.5 months this has been. I'm sure Councilman Roman will disagree with me. I had the love of the city behind me. I felt it. I know you guys saw my signs in the 6th Ward, and not only in the 6th Ward, throughout the city. That was so cool. People were asking. I had signs in every single ward. Shout out to Dennis Mays, great man. He stepped up as well. I've been taught to win humbly and lose gracefully. So congratulations, Councilman Roman. You deserve it. You never did not deserve it. But, you know, I had to push him. And, you know, if I had to do it again, I would do it the same exact way. I was attracted to first-term John Roman. And then, you know, when he called out and he fought against the corruption, he said he will never have stuff to not talk about. I never expected to win. John said it in April that he knew the zombies would come out and vote right down the line, and they were going to get him in, and I agree. You know, the atmosphere on Election Day was way different than the results. You know, John was a little nervous there, but I knew he was going to win. But it was so great, man. Nothing I could have done would have got me in, and he could have done absolutely nothing. I think he should be brought up on some environmental charges for literally killing half a forest in the days leading up to the election. Mailers, flyers, door hangers, palm cards. How many ways can you say the same thing? He saw me out. You know, we were talking a little trash. You said I said, are you worried? He says, about 12%, the amount of votes you're going to get. So I almost tripled that. So I'm very proud of myself in that sense. I'm super proud. I got 165 people to put their confidence in me, okay? 8, 9, 10 years ago, I would have got 0 votes. I would not have voted for myself. So that says a lot. And the bulk of my voters voted for John in the past. So I want you to work hard for them, okay? Because you're not up for, you said you're done, so you're not going to be reelected. A few of my voters, real quick. 61-year-old woman who never, ever voted, not for a senator, not for a governor, not for a president, said, John, I'm voting for you for the first time ever. And she only knew me from social media. I went to her house. I thanked her for that. I saw a man scratching tickets. He's in his car, scratching tickets. He was a retired Elizabeth teacher. And I went up to him and I said, what's up? He said, oh, I live here now. And I gave him my spiel, and he says, I'm going to vote for you. He texted me on Election Day and voted for me. A woman said she's never voted and voted for me, and she's never going to vote again. Another man who said he's done voting, he's sick of the political process. He got up at 7:30 and voted for me. I'm going to leave you with a quote, 2 seconds. Tonight, I'm going to leave you with a quote from my councilman, John Francis Roman's TikTok page. Just a politician trying to save the world from the politicians. I'm going to need you to delete that, John. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, could we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the public portion and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Rivas. Roman,
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Lane. Hudak.
Yes.
Mrs. Yemekaitis.
Yes. Okay, comments from members of the governing body? Okay. We'll begin with Councilman Strano. I'll start on this end.
Okay, I'd see how well I can articulate this. Thanksgiving's coming up. I didn't mention it during my regular report, so I wanted to save it for the end. You know, after taking as many trips around the sun as I have, we're thankful, you know, to have our family traditions, our, you know, people that have been traveling, we wish them safe travels. You know, the weather's not exactly the nicest for this time of year for traveling. Hopefully tomorrow afternoon it's supposed to clear up, so if anybody's traveling tomorrow night, it should be better if they're on the roads or if they're flying as well. I want everybody to enjoy their feast, stay healthy, remember our servicemen and women that are not at home. Thank the chefs that are preparing the meals for you. And keep in your hearts those people that are less fortunate than we are. And that concludes my comments. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thank you, Councilman Strano. Is your wife cooking? She the chef?
Yeah, I'm staying in.
We'll make sure we'll let her know you thanked her. Okay, Councilman Roman.
Thank you, Council President. John, I want to congratulate you on the race that you ran. I told you on Election Day, straight to your face, that you worked a lot harder than I thought you were going to. And I certainly saw support for you in our neighborhood. However, I saw you lose support in the way you treated me and my family. And if you're ever going to do this again in the future, please respect your opponent and treat them better, because you lost a lot of votes on that part. That being said, I hold no animosity towards you. I'm free of it. Denzel Washington has a quote. I've been going through my feed a lot, and it says, ease is a threat to progress more than hardship will ever be. And I'm happy to have been pushed and not been given a free pass as I sit here today. Council President, thank you. And everyone, happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays.
Thank you. Okay, Councilman Rivas.
Thank you, Madam President. I wanted to use this opportunity to say to Mr. Cossar, I know exactly what you may be feeling today. I know that you're missing your mom. I miss one of my loved ones today, so I want to reiterate with you that I'm with you. I also like to congratulate you for your campaign, and I can have the opportunity to say many times to our citizens, if we believe in something, we should go for those dreams, and we should continue fighting for those. Mr. Kamensik, my apologies. I would like to say that as my first year in council, I am learning, and I keep learning a lot of what our roles and responsibilities are, but I would like to assure you that there are still many, many things that need to be done for the city of Linden, and we can do it together if we all work together. So thank you for coming here and share your opinions. I value them, as I know my colleague value them so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Ormond?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I would be remiss if I did not take the opportunity to congratulate all the winners of the last election, including my brother Mark. Congratulations. It's going to be interesting to serve with both you and the mayor. You know, like I said, we're siblings. But I do want to make one point about Dennis Mays. Yes, he was a gentleman. Dennis Mays has been a friend of mine for a long time, and I've often said that politics should never come between a true friendship. And if it does, you were never friends from the beginning. A politician never comes to your bedside when your child is sick or when your parent is dying, but a true friend will. So to Dennis Mays, thank you so much for being the gentleman that you are, for being the friend that you are, and for being respectful, because once again, this was one of the first elections in that 4th Ward that we weren't just uptight, crazy, and actually having the police called on us for everything. It's a horrible feeling when the opponent calls the cops on you. And they even called cops on my daughter. So once again, congratulations to all of the winners. Happy Thanksgiving. Mr. Kamansky, we'll be talking because I feel your pain, and I do appreciate the fact that you care so much about the city. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, anyone else? Councilman Blaine?
I just want to say that a lot of people spoke about speeding in their wards and throughout the town. I often have the conversation that cars are made different these days. Cars are made lighter, and they're meant to go a lot faster than when I had my first car. So it's not surprising to me that they're speeding, but I don't want anyone here to think that it's just your ward. This is a citywide, statewide, national-wide problem. So to think that your block is the most dangerous block in the state, it's not true. It's happening all over. Cars flipped on the corner of my block. We could put all the stop signs in the world, but until people change their behavior, nothing's going to change. Again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and God bless you all.
So true, Councilman, about the safety. Okay. Again, on behalf of the mayor and council, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. We have a lot of events coming up in the city in December. Again, I encourage everyone to go to our city website. We have our holiday tree lighting December 1st. There's going to be breakfast with Santa, so please go to the website and look for all these events that we have coming up in the city. Okay, the next council meeting will be as follows. Council conference meeting on Monday, December 18, 2023, at 6 p.m. in the council conference room in City Hall. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting, Tuesday, December 19th, at 6 p.m. in the council conference room. Council meeting Tuesday, December 19th, at 7 p.m. in the council chambers, City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. These meetings will be held in person. Can we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Council President.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine? Hudak?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.